Hi guys, so today I am showing you how I make oatmeal cookies, and the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 sticks of butter. Mine are salted, and I'm just going to cut them up into slices and put them into the food processor. And I find that it's really easy to just use one of these instead of like a blender because it just does everything for you and you don't have to worry about things getting everywhere. So I like to start off with one of these. So I'm just going to finish putting everything into this, and then I will tell you what the next ingredient is. Okay, so now that all my butter is in the food processor, I'm going to take my sugar and I'm just going to put this into the food processor with the butter, and I'm going to then just pulse it on and off. You can do this with a fork in a bowl with or with a hand mixer if you don't have one of these, but I just prefer this because it's a lot easier. Okay, so now that the butter is a creamy consistency, I'm going to add 1 cup of packed brown sugar. The reason why it's packed is because it's really like more than a cup if you just leave it loose. So you really want to pack it into the cup, and that's why it looks like it's almost wet sand. So I'm going to start by adding half of this in. This way I don't overflow the food processor. And then I'm going to pulse that and then add the other half. And also I'm going to add just 1 teaspoon vanilla extract to the mixture and mix that up with it as well. Okay, so now I'm going to add 2 eggs. I'm going to add them 1 egg at a time, pulse it, and then add the other egg because it's just a lot easier and that's what the directions say. So I'm just going to put 1 egg in and pulse it and then do the same for the next. Okay, so now that all these ingredients are together, I am going to take it off the food processor and put them into a separate bowl. This way I have a lot more room to work with when I add in the dry ingredients, because that was filled to the top and it definitely wasn't going to fit anything else in it, so it was easier to use a hand mixer, and you will see that in a little bit. Just to make sure that everything was mixed, I decided to mix it with the hand mixer, and it actually made it a lot creamier. Well, it looks like it was a lot creamier, but you can start out with the hand mixer. I just decided to use the food processor in the beginning, but you can do whatever you want. Okay, so now I'm going to mix my dry ingredients, and for these I'm going to mix 2 cups all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon baking soda, and 1 teaspoon salt, and then later on I'm also going to add 1.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. Okay, so now I'm going to add the ingredients that I just mixed into my mixture from earlier, and I'm only adding in around 1/4 to half of the mixture, because if you add the entire thing in and then you go to use your mixing tool, it's going to go everywhere. So I just took my fork and mixed it together this way. I ensured that it wouldn't go anywhere besides in the bowl. And I'm just going to mix it up here, and I'm just going to wait till I see everything gone, and then I'm going to add in more. Okay, so now that that is all mixed together, I'm going to add in 3 cups of dry oatmeal. This has no flavoring to it, it is just plain. And I'm going to add about half in, mix it up, and then add the other half. Now, if you're taking it from a Quaker's carton of oats, which is just a cylinder, it's around half. If you want to eyeball it, you really can't go wrong with adding more or less. So that's just a quick tip. So at this point, I realized that I forgot to put in my cinnamon, and I mentioned the amount of cinnamon earlier, so it really didn't make a difference. I'm just going to mix this in, and then I will show you what to do next. Okay, so now that everything is mixed, I'm going to take plastic wrap, and I'm just going to cover this and put it in the fridge for 1 hour. Okay, so now I'm just using butter to grease down my pan, and I'm using it on a paper towel. This way it didn't get all over my hands and it wasn't hard to grease. This made it actually a lot easier. You can use cooking spray if you want to, but I opted to use butter. So now you just want to preheat your oven to 375 degrees, and that is what I'm doing right now. Okay, so I have gotten my cookies out of the fridge, and the dough is a lot harder now, so it's easier to work with. And I'm going to take around a small spoonful of dough, and I'm just going to roll it and put it onto my cookie sheet, and do this for the entire batter. So there they go into the oven, and like I said, you want to bake them for 15 minutes and check them every so often because it depends on the power of your oven. I know that it's set to the same heat setting as me, but you just want to make sure that it is not burnt. Okay, so now that my cookies are done, I'm just going to take them out of the oven and just let them cool, and then you are ready to eat them. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below if you want any other videos like these, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!